The 4 keys to longevity, the fountain of youth. This is it in this video. If you control these 4 things, there's only 4 things to control. If you control these 4 things, you have started your quest for longevity and a healthy, fruitful life. Number 1, and this is going to be number 1 every single time with anything in your life, that is mindset. Control your mindset. You have to control your emotions. I don't want to get too into the video with the warrior mindset and the things that I preach. I'm just going to slowly and briefly touch upon it. Anything that you do in life, be it business, relationship, family, financial gain, anything you do, it all starts in the mind. If you don't think about something or if you don't see it first in your mind, it's never ever going to happen. Give you an example. I did a video the other day and I was explaining when I go for a walk in the morning, I don't listen to music. Music pollutes your mind. What music does is if you just switched off, let's just say you switch off for a minute, right? We switch our minds off. The thoughts that go into your mind, you can feed it good thoughts and happy thoughts. So if let's say you're reading a book or if you're reading something or it's an educational video or you're trying to learn something or seriously try to accomplish something like it's fat loss, you're always constantly thinking about, I'm fat, I want to lose weight. How do I lose weight? What's the first step I should do? Maybe I should buy a book. Maybe I should go on YouTube. Maybe I should speak to this guy. Maybe I should tell a family friend. Whatever you need to do, thoughts are coming in your head actively trying to guide you towards that goal. You want to buy a house. How do I get a deposit? Where do I get the money from? Who do I speak to? How do I hire a solicitor? Do I go to the mortgage lender? Do every single thing that you think about, your mind somehow figures it out. Anything you want to do. You want to get in a relationship nowadays? How do you approach women? How do you speak to women? Shall I get on Tinder? Shall I get on this app? Shall I get on that app? Whatever you do, anything in life always starts with the mind. That is the first thing that you need to control. Now, if you're walking, let's just say you're walking in the morning and you do a walk for half an hour. You're trying to clear your mind, empty your mind. You're trying to think about what you need to accomplish within the next week, 2 weeks, months, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years. Think about where you're heading. Your mind is amazing. It's going to start figuring stuff out. It's going to start guiding you down certain roads. If you fill in your head with pollution, a Drake or Rihanna song, work, all those thoughts that were supposed to come into your mind to control your mind, to tell you exactly what to do to go and live a more fruitful, healthy life, are just going to be blocked out and polluted by this garbage that they want you to listen to. Yes, they. These aren't musicians no more. This is not Michael Jackson, Bee Gees, or George Michael. You know, this is garbage. It's there to pollute your mind. And to be honest with you, I don't listen to any music at all. You know, I don't do it. I like to be one with my thoughts. I have so many things to accomplish. I write everything down in my phone, things I need to do. I've got goals that I'm not even going to start to hit until 10 years from now. But they're there 100%. And I know I need to consciously think about them. Not today, not tomorrow, but they're going to come to me sooner than later. And it's the same with anything. So when this video is about longevity, how can I live a more fruitful, healthy life? How can I do it? How can I make sure that this exterior I have is warrior-like, ready for war, ready for battle? You know, there's the whole Jordan Peterson speeches going around. You might see on YouTube. You know, you have to become a monster. But then it doesn't mean just become a monster and go about doing all kind of monstrous activities. What it means is become a monster and then learn how to control it. Learn how to control that inner monster. But it's there. You have to have it there. Because if it's not there, it doesn't mean anything. Old Chinese proverb, I think that's what they call it. It is better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in war. Because if you're a gardener, shit kicks off, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And if you're a gardener and you go around and you say, I'm not a violent man. I'm not a violent guy. I'm peace. Everything's about peace. Of course you're not violent. You can't do anything of violence. You haven't got violence inside you. You can't do anything. So I don't see that as righteous. I don't see that as anything good or something to be like, well done. You are not a violent guy. You are a very, very good guy because you are not violent. No, it doesn't mean anything because you can't be violent even if you tried. Now, if there's a warrior, there's a proper guy, solid guy, an aggressive guy, a monster of a man going around, being calm, being zen, that is something you can look at and say, you know what, this guy, if he wanted to turn it on, like that, he could, but he chooses not to. And that is why, if you go back in the days, most martial artists, most fighting, styles, they always teach that if you learn a fighting style, you need to not fight. You need to learn how to not fight. Some of the top fighters, some of the best guys that I've seen who can fight, they're disciplined. They try not to fight. And there's some guys who've never fought ever in their life. And when they go downtown and they've had a few bevies, it's like, come on, mate, let's have it. And you see it all the time and you know exactly what I'm talking about. So mindset, very, very important for longevity. You have to have it there. You have to be able to control your minds at all times. And also, it's not just about getting angry and not getting angry. It's about educating yourself as well for not the bullshit school system. And I've got a degree and I don't give a shit about that, bro. I'm talking real life education. Go out, travel, meet people, see people, get in relationships, get out of relationships, family dynamics, group dynamics, every single thing. That is all education. That is real education. Signing a business lease, getting a car. All this is real education. Having someone steal from you, that's education. Trying to get that money back off that guy, that's education. This is the type of education that's going to get you somewhere in life. How to speak to women, that's education. Not writing in a textbook, oh, you got a D plus or a C, whatever, for an English essay, don't mean dick. It don't mean anything to me anyway. And in the real world out there, people don't give a shit. If you ain't got stories to tell in a group of people, no one really gives a shit. So number one, sorry to go on a tangent there, mindset is very, very important. Number two, things to control for longevity is water. Water is very important. I know this isn't very relevant here, but I will say this because it's an amazing saying by Bruce Lee. I think it's all Tao wisdom from way back. And that is, be like water, crash and flow. Because water can be both. It can hit hard and it can just flow. There's a big rock there and it wants to power through that. It will form itself into concrete and it'll be harder than the concrete and it will smash down that dam. We've seen it many times. And if there's a nice little canal, a nice little road, a nice little crack, water will flow to get into that crack. And then Bruce Lee goes on to say, be formless. You have to be formless. In anything you do in life, no matter where you are, which group dynamics you are speaking to, if you're talking to school kids, if you're talking to the elders, if you're talking to guys at the mosque, you're talking to guys at the club, you're talking to guys on the street, talking to hustlers, be formless. You need to know how to speak to each person differently. That's what it means to be formless. But the reason why I'm saying water for number two is this has a bit more of a spiritual meaning to it. But the main thing is you have to drink water. Now, I'm not going to sit here and argue and tell you 60, 70, 90% of your body's made of water. I don't give a shit about that. But what I do know is when I go to the toilet, I see it coming out. Is it white or is it yellow? If it's dark, we're dehydrated. We know that. Something is wrong inside our system. We're not thinking straight. We're not our best self. And it's so easy to just get a bottle of water and start drinking it. Hydrate yourself. You'll think clearer. You'll think smarter. Every single thing will be laid out in front of you. You're in a relationship, drink some water. You're about to start an argument, drink some water. You're about to start a fight, drink some water. What do fighters do in between rounds? Drink water. Very important to drink water. Mental clarity. Our whole body functions of water. If you're about to get cramps, you can drink water. Water is very important. It's underplayed by so many people. Don't even know the importance of water. And hopefully I've kind of given you a bit more of a spiritual and a mental meaning to it as well, and more of a physical meaning as well, because it's both. It is both. Water isn't just seen as, let's hydrate ourselves. Why are we hydrating ourselves? What's the purpose behind it? There's so many things behind water. It's very important. Next time you're getting into an argument, or next time you're a little bit hot, or you're getting a little bit irate, drink some water. Calm yourself down. Chill. Drink some water. Sit down. Sit down and drink water. Sit down. Don't stand up. Sit down. Drink some water. Chill. Think about it. Next time you're about to get in an argument with your missus, or you're about to get a bit pissed off about something, sit down, grab some water, drink about a litre of water. See what happens. I bet your mindset will change. Number 3, food. Food is very important. It's vital, just as important, if not just a little bit less important than water. We can live without water for 7 days, something like that, and then we're dead. Then we are dead. There's nothing. We're going to die of, thirst or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Food, we can go without food for about 30 days, but then we will still eventually die. So food is important, second to water. But how important is food really? Because we can all get a meal a day, so we're not going to die, we know that. What's happened in this modern day and age, this modern society, is the belly has become your God. Yes, there's a new God in town. Never mind Hinduism, Islam, Buddhism, Judaism, whatever it is. Judaism. Whichever religion, Scientology, I don't care what religion you're part of. But there is a new religion in town. And it's only been in town for a very short period of time, but it has overtaken every single religion out there. The number one religion right now is your belly, is your God, the one you obey the most. That every single person on this planet, unless you're from a poor country, unless you're starving, the number one person you obey the most is your belly. Even God, even Muslims, the high top, so-called Muslims have got bellies out here. And what does it say in the scripture for Islam? Your belly must not stick out more than your chest. It's Ramadan right now. What's everybody doing? Filling their face with food. Because the belly is the God. The belly is their new higher purpose, their higher calling. I see people nowadays saying, I only train to eat food. I only live to eat food. Food is my life. Food is your life. How pathetic and sad does that sound? You don't have no other purpose in life than food. That is absolutely insane to me when I hear people talking about food. Like, people talk about food like it is a religion. And some people don't pray 5 times a day, but they will eat food 5 times a day. And they will eat unnatural, unhealthy food that is causing them all sorts of issues. How many people are walking around nowadays with gut inflammation? They don't even know it. They don't even know it. Nobody really knows because they're not educated enough to know, to listen to their own body. Hang on, this isn't right. We are not supposed to look like this. This isn't how it's supposed to be. I'll tell you a little story. I went to the Sistine Chapel many years ago. Oh God, I've been to Italy recently as well, but many years ago I went to Rome. I wanted to see what it was about. I wanted to see all the historical sites. I wanted to check it around. I'm sure many of you guys have been as well. And if you've been to Sistine Chapel, you'll know what I'm saying. When you go into the Sistine Chapel and you sit down and you can't take cameras in there and stuff like that, and you just look up and is it Michelangelo? Yeah, the Michelangelo paintings. And you look up. What struck out to me the most was I was in awe that this guy in, I believe, again, you're going to have to quote me, you're going to have to not quote me, it's 14th century, I believe, 16th century, whichever it was. It wasn't now, was it? It wasn't today. This guy painted, back them days, every single figure on there was in physical shape, peak shape. They had biceps, they had triceps, they had quads, they had big legs, proper physical human shape, what we are supposed to look like. You see many people naked nowadays. What does their physique look like? Do they look like they can hunt? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they were hunting in 1600s. Food was available. Bread was readily available. Things were readily available in a big city like Rome. Things were available. Why were they still in good shape and healthy shapes? Because that's how humans are supposed to look. Not like we look now. People say to me, "Oh, Fadi, you're in very good shape." Yeah, I'm not boasting here. This is true. People say to me, "Fadi, you're in very good shape. I want to be like you." And I'm like, bro, I'm not in good shape. I am in the shape that every single human should be in. You guys are in the shit shape. That's the reality of it. You guys are in the bad shape. I'm in the normal shape because you've let food become your God. I don't bow down to no food. No food is my God. God is up there, not on the plate. So you need to change that. Starts here. Stop having that relationship with food that you think it's something special. It ain't special. It ain't doing nothing. Have a steak. Have some water. Have some dates. Have some nuts. You're done. You're not going to die. You're going to look amazing. You're going to feel in good shape. You're going to go on the beach. You're going to take your top off and everyone's going to be looking in awe. So what happens to me? I walk down the beach and I get 10, 15 people say, "Can I take a picture with you? Can I get your number? Can I do this? Can I do that?" And when I'm on certain beaches in Thailand, I get a lot of, I'm not going to get into it. But if you've been to Donington Beach, then you know what I'm talking about. I get a lot of offers, let's just say that. But that's besides the point. It's a nice feeling. Of course, it's a good feeling. But everyone should be in that peak shape. Everybody should be in that condition. And it starts here. Don't let your belly become your God. And last but not least, number 4, exercise. Get up, get out, do something. I don't care what it is. I'm not talking. When I say exercise, I don't mean going to the gym, pumping iron, squat, bench, deadlift, do all the crazy workouts I do. I'm not saying do that. Control your mind, get hydrated, eat the right food, and go for a walk. That's all you need to do. Get up and go for a walk. Why can people not go for a walk who are out of shape and fat for 3 to 4 hours a day? What do they have on in their day that they can't go and walk for 4 or 5 hours a day? Why not? Why is that not a normal thing to do? I don't understand this. You know, when people are really fat and you say to them, can you do 1 hour of cardio? 1 hour of cardio? Can I not start with half an hour? Can I not do 45 minutes? Can I not do 50 minutes? Where does this thing come from that cardio has to be done either 30 minutes, 35, 40, 45, 50, or 1 hour? That is it. 1 hour cardio, doing 1 hour cardio. Amazing. You are the man. You're fat as fuck. Like this. Bellies are hanging out. Your skin's all messed up. Everything's just not how it's supposed to be. Why not go out and do 4 hours of cardio per day? Just go for a walk for 4 hours. Next day, 5 hours. In a month, 6 hours. Why can you not be active for 6 hours? I have a friend who lives abroad. I'm not going to mention him. He wanted to lose weight. And we used to walk everywhere. Everywhere in the 35, 33 degree heat. We used to walk everywhere. He didn't have no moped, didn't have nothing. We was like, we're going to walk to the gym, back. We're going to go to the mall, walk, back. He walked everywhere. And today, this guy is a changed man. It wasn't any hard work, gym workouts. We controlled his eating a little bit, but it wasn't crazy. And it got to the point this guy started eating just 1 meal a day because he thought, wow, what was I doing before? This is so much beneficial that I'm eating 1 meal right now and I'm amazing. This is amazing. I feel better. I feel good. People can see it. People are stopping me in the street who know me. Bro, is that you? Have you changed? What the hell? You know, people see this. People see the changes. And it motivates them. And some even get jealous. But you're doing it for you. You're doing it for you because longevity-wise, it's all about you. You're here. It's not about living the longest. It's about living the best. Living the best. Jump out of bed in the morning. Feel good about yourself. Be able to take your top off and look in the mirror and say, do you know what? This is me. This is all me. I look like this because of me. Not because of anyone else. Make sure you do something. I'm not saying training 4 or 5 days a week with weights. But stop this garbage thing about 1 hour of cardio a day. Why can't it be 5? No one is saying go out there with your music. Do not listen to music. I'm going to say this again. I have to emphasize this. Stop listening to music. It is doing you no good. Stop listening to music. I don't care if you're running a marathon or whatever. You don't need music to motivate you. Nor do you need pre-workouts. It's all here. I don't use no pre-works. I don't use no music. When I go to the gym, if you see me at the gym, I have my headphones in. What am I listening to on my phone? Audiobooks. I'm educating myself. What I do is, I'll give you a little tip over here. This is a book I'm reading at the minute. I've read this many times. The Prince. And I will buy the paperback. I will get the audiobook. I will plug it in. I will listen to it because there's certain words in this book that I don't understand, that I can't read. So they will read the words for me. Then once I've listened to the audiobook once, with that I will then take the headphones out and I will then read the audiobook. That's going to help on my vocab. This is another little book over here that I like. This is The Daily Laws by Robert Greene. A lot of words in here that I don't understand. My vocab's not up to scratch. I will put the audiobook in my ear as he's talking. I'll put this on a little bit faster so I can read the book a bit quicker. Tip over there. Do this while it's saying this, and then when you take those out, then you read the page. Very simple. Very easy. Get ahead of everybody. You know how many people I've overtaken, done that? Very simple, very easy technique. Many people don't know about it or they're not willing to do it. You've got to at least go out there. If you are fat and out of shape and unhealthy, doing 2, 3 hours. I think 3 hours is good enough. 3 hours of your life. In 24 hours, give it 3 hours, go out there for a walk. Sleep 5 hours a day. Don't sleep 8. Wake up 3 hours early, go for a 3-hour walk. See how energized you will feel. That is the best fat loss tip I can give anybody. Go for a 3-hour walk in the morning. Go for an hour walk in the morning, come home after work, do an hour. Before you go to bed, do another hour. Buy a treadmill at home, stand on the treadmill, watch your Netflix on the treadmill. Slow pace, don't get no sweat on, slow pace. Go for a walk. Exercise yourself. That is number 4 on longevity. Hopefully, guys, and this video didn't drag on too much. A little bit of a different video again. It was the my 4 keys to longevity. I hope you enjoyed it and you guys got some value from this. If you have any other keys for longevity, this isn't the be all and end all of it. There's many more. If you guys have other keys for longevity, please comment down below. And as always, subscribe and like the video.